Do you know which countries pose the greatest cybercrime threat? You might be surprised by the answer. Welcome to the age of digital warfare, where the battlefield transcends physical boundaries, and the warriors are armed not with guns and grenades, but with codes and algorithms. In this era, a new tool has emerged to navigate the complex terrain of global cybercrime, the World Cybercrime Index. Born out of 3 years of meticulous research by an international team of experts, the World Cybercrime Index is the first of its kind. It identifies and ranks the most formidable sources of cybercrime at a national level. It's like a global heat map showing where the cyber threats are simmering and where they're boiling over. The findings might surprise you. The greatest cybercriminal threat doesn't come from where you might expect. Topping the list is Russia, followed closely by Ukraine, China, the US, Nigeria, and Romania. A relatively small group of countries, yet they house the greatest concentration of cybercrime. But what makes these countries such hotbeds of digital delinquency? The answers are as diverse as the countries themselves. It could be a combination of factors like high levels of technical skill, lax regulations, or even a flourishing underground economy. Each country brings its unique blend of ingredients to this unsavory cyber stew. The UK also makes an appearance on this list, coming in at number 8. It seems cybercrime is a global issue that spares no one, not even one of the world's oldest democracies. This groundbreaking index is not just about ranking countries, it's about understanding the geography of cybercrime. It's about uncovering the veil of anonymity that often shrouds these digital offenders. It's a compass, guiding us through the murky waters of cybercrime, pointing towards the hotspots that need our attention the most. So, the next time you think about cybercrime, remember this. It's not just about protecting your computer or your phone, it's about understanding the global landscape of this digital threat. Because in this age of cyber warfare, knowledge is our best defense. This index uncovers the key cybercrime hotspots around the globe, revealing where the greatest cybercriminal threat lies. The World Cybercrime Index is more than just a list. It's a tool for combating cybercrime. This groundbreaking index is the result of 3 years of meticulous research by an international team of experts. It's an extensive effort to identify and rank the most significant sources of cybercrime on a national level, unmasking the globe's key cybercrime hotspots. Here's why this index is more than just a mere catalog of countries. It's a powerful instrument that can guide both the public and private sectors in their battle against cybercrime. The index allows them to focus their resources, their time, and their efforts on key cybercrime hubs. Instead of spreading their resources thin across the globe, they can now concentrate on the areas that pose the greatest threat. But there's more to it. The research that underpins this index aims to strip away the veil of anonymity that shrouds cybercriminal offenders. The faceless nature of cybercrime has long been one of its most daunting aspects. Yet, with the unveiling of the World Cybercrime Index, we're now one step closer to understanding who these cybercriminals are and where they operate. This isn't just about pointing fingers at countries or painting nations as villains, it's about understanding the intricate geography of cybercrime. It's about recognizing that different countries specialize in different types of cybercrime. This knowledge allows us to tailor our defenses and develop targeted strategies to combat each specific type of cyber threat. The World Cybercrime Index doesn't just reveal the present state of cybercrime. It's also a tool that can help us predict and prepare for the future. By continuously collecting and analyzing data, we can monitor the emergence of new cybercrime hotspots. We can identify at-risk countries before they develop into serious cybercrime problems and deploy early interventions to prevent that from happening. With a deeper understanding of cybercrime geography, we can now specialize our defenses. The World Cybercrime Index is our map in the murky waters of cybercrime, guiding us towards a safer, more secure digital world. So, how was the World Cybercrime Index created? A good question to ask, and the answer lies in a meticulous and comprehensive approach that took 3 years to complete. The core of this project involved an extensive survey, reaching out to 92 top experts in the field of cybercrime from all corners of the globe. These individuals dedicate their lives to gathering intelligence on cybercrime and conducting investigations into this clandestine and ever-evolving world. Now, this wasn't a simple questionnaire asking who the usual suspects are. No, it was much more thorough than that. These experts were asked to consider 5 major categories of cybercrime. These categories encompass a broad spectrum of cybercriminal activities, ranging from hacking and data breaches to online fraud and identity theft, to name a few. The experts were then tasked with nominating the countries they perceived to be the most significant sources of each of these types of cybercrime. But the ranking didn't stop there. Each country was further evaluated based on the impact, professionalism, and technical skill of its cybercriminals. This multifaceted approach allows the index to provide a more nuanced and accurate representation of the global cybercrime landscape. As you can imagine, this process was not a walk in the park. It required a deep understanding of the intricacies of cybercrime and the ability to objectively assess the capabilities and impact of cybercriminals across different nations. But the result is an unprecedented tool that offers a unique perspective on the global threat of cybercrime. Remember, the World Cybercrime Index is not just about identifying the problem, it's about shining a light on the dark corners of the internet, illuminating the key sources of cybercrime, and ultimately helping us to develop more effective strategies to fight back. And so, through the collective insights of these 92 cybercrime experts, a new map of the cybercrime world has been drawn. This comprehensive survey offers a unique perspective on the global cybercrime landscape. Cybercrime is often an invisible phenomenon, with offenders hiding behind fake profiles and technical protections. This elusive nature of cybercrime makes it a formidable challenge for law enforcement agencies and cybersecurity experts around the globe. Just imagine playing a high-stakes game of hide-and-seek, where the hider has the power to cloak themselves in invisibility, and the seeker is left to rely on mere hints and traces. That's what tracking cybercriminals often feels like. The illicit and anonymous activities of cybercriminals are like smoke and mirrors, confusing those who are trying to bring them to justice. They mask their physical locations, bouncing their attacks around the vast internet infrastructure across the globe. This makes it incredibly challenging to map their actual locations. This is not just a simple game of cat and mouse, it's a complex labyrinth, where the mouse has the ability to disappear and reappear at will, leaving the cat in a constant state of uncertainty. In this digital age, cybercriminals have all the tools at their disposal to remain hidden. They can create fake identities, use virtual private networks to mask their IP addresses, and even employ advanced techniques like steganography to hide malicious code within innocent-looking files. These criminals are not just hiding, they are actively evading. They are constantly on the move, changing tactics, and staying one step ahead of their pursuers. But, despite these challenges, there is a ray of hope. The World Cybercrime Index, a result of 3 years of intensive research, provides a clear picture of where these offenders are located. It is like a beacon in the dark, illuminating the hidden corners of the cybercrime world. This index is our best means to draw a picture of the geography of cybercrime. It helps remove the veil of anonymity around cybercriminal offenders, allowing us to focus our resources on key cybercrime hubs. Despite these challenges, the World Cybercrime Index provides a clear picture of where these offenders are located. The World Cybercrime Index is not a static tool. It's part of a broader aim to understand the local dimensions of cybercrime production across the world. As we move forward, the intention is to expand this pioneering study, to delve deeper into the roots of cybercrime and uncover the factors that fuel it. One of the key future objectives is to determine whether national characteristics like educational attainment, internet penetration, GDP, or levels of corruption are associated with cybercrime. A country's level of education, for instance, might influence the types and complexity of cybercrimes committed. Similarly, a nation's internet penetration could correlate with the volume of cybercrimes. GDP may factor into the resources allocated to cybersecurity, while corruption levels could impact the enforcement of cybercrime laws. This is not just about numbers and rankings. It's about understanding the unique fingerprint each country leaves on the world of cybercrime. It's about figuring out why some nations are hotbeds for certain types of cybercrime, while others are not. The World Cybercrime Index is, therefore, a living, breathing entity. It will continue to evolve and adapt as new information surfaces and as the landscape of cybercrime shifts. It will keep painting a clearer picture of the cybercrime world, revealing patterns and trends that were once hidden beneath the surface. The future implications of the index are immense. By shedding light on the geography of cybercrime, it can guide the public and private sectors to focus resources where they are most needed. It can inform policy, drive research, and inspire countermeasures. It can help us stay one step ahead of cybercriminals, and that's a victory in itself. In essence, the World Cybercrime Index is a beacon of knowledge in the often murky waters of cybercrime. It's a compass pointing us in the right direction. It's a tool that, if wielded wisely, can make our digital world a safer place. While cybercrime may seem global and fluid, this index shows it's deeply embedded within particular contexts, and understanding these contexts is our best defense against the ever-evolving threat of cybercrime.